Hello, everybody. We are very excited to welcome Jeremy Boudinet today from Textla. And he is a growth marketer. I've seen lots of his website and it's super interesting. And I encourage everybody to take a look. Jeremy, thank you so much for being on the show today. Can you share a bit about your role and how it fits into the bigger picture at Textla?
Yeah, absolutely, Suse. Thanks for having me. So Jeremy Boudinet, I'm VP of Growth at Texla. We're a business texting software company. Small businesses, North American small businesses use us to mass text their customers, two-way text their customers, basically just reach their customers via text. We're really growing super fast right now. We are the newest ones to market. We've been around about 3 years. We've raised a lot of venture capital money, and our thesis was that we're going to build the easiest to use, best priced, and best supported SMS marketing platform in the industry. And we've done that. We're really growing fast, and my job at the company is to drive that growth by any means necessary. So I lead kind of all sales, marketing, everything from like demand generation to like what's our sales process look like, and I own our revenue numbers. So, making sure that we keep growing, we keep 2, 3, 4, 5xing, year over year. That's the idea. So
Cool.
I've been in marketing for 12 years, long time. So seen a lot, done a lot, but I love where I'm at currently. It's a great company.
What does a typical day look like for you then? It's lots of different things. I hear you're wearing lots of hats.
Yeah. One of the things I love about marketing, especially marketing at a startup, is that you're doing everything.
Yeah.
Like you're literally today, for example, what have I done today? I've had a call. It's 1:00 Central Time right now. I've had a call with a partner of ours who's doing lots of referrals for us for new business. I've met with a partner we're white labeling with to help launch their white label partnership with us. I have met with our Google Ads guy to go over what our ad strategy is. I've published a new piece, like a video content on social for us that I think is gonna pop off. And that's like just the beginning of my day. And this morning, actually, I rucked with about 6 of my team members at 6 a.m. because that's the kind of company Texla is. So
Wow.
It's been a long day. Yeah. But it's a lot of different stuff, it's a lot of, I've got a small sales team I meet with, talk with them regularly. I'm also myself on like sales calls and customer onboarding calls. There's a lot of direct interfacing with our customers day to day. I've had customers today, for example, texting me, asking me for advice on what their text, message marketing should be. And a lot of VPs of growth would be like, that's beneath me. But like when you're at a startup, you're doing everything, and that nitty gritty help even means a lot to those. So yeah, it's never dull. It's different every day, Suse, and it will continue to evolve, going forward. That's the fun part.
Yeah, I mean, sounds like you're firing on all cylinders, doing tons of great stuff there, and you can tell from the website the energy is really great. What would you say is working well for you right now? Maybe what's been frustrating?
Yeah, so what's been working for us? I'll talk about on 2 fronts, maybe. So first, there's the demand gen front, which is where the demand capture front, if you will, where we're bringing people in. Texla has a really cool, very product-led sort of growth motion where we have a 14-day free trial. You can sign up for free. There's no credit card required. It's very frictionless. So what a lot of my job is pulling in as many people as possible into that sign-up process. So how do we get 30 signups a day? How do we get 50 signups a day? How do we get from that to 100 signups a day? So there's that aspect of it, which what's working for us really well is we've had some really successful organic content plays that have worked out for us, like ranking on Reddit, on page 1 of Google, ranking some really key articles that rank number 1 in the main search terms in our industry. That's been huge for us.
Sweet.
Sort of hit a sweet spot with Google Ads, where we've really upped our Google Ads spend. Recently, it took months of testing to kind of figure out what was working and seeing that positive ROI, but we've gotten there. So now we're doubling down on our investment there. And then lastly, like partnerships and stuff like that. We're doing affiliate partnerships. We're doing white label partnerships with other software companies or companies that make a lot of sense and sell to the same customers that we sell to. So that's been working really well. What hasn't worked for us, it's been interesting. I've done lots of outbound motions in the past. outbound sales motions, things like that. Did a really big outbound sales motion like earlier this year, end of last year, and it flopped. Lots of cold emailing, lots of like, we had like these great lists. I thought, we were pulling people
Mhm.
based on what they were searching for, and we were reaching out to them and saw a very low hit rate from that. We have revived it recently. We're trying it again. We're,
Mhm.
it's low cost. We're going to try to see if we can make it work, but that's one area that's been a struggle. So, but the good news is that our inbound, demand capture has been pretty good. Yeah. The other thing that's been working for us really well, we've got a really dialed in sales process. I have two really excellent sales reps who take a lot of ownership over the sales process. And we've sort of figured out how to up our conversion rates, with our follow-ups. Because once people sign up for Texla, they still need to subscribe and become paying
Mhm.
subscribers. So that's where those guys come in, is they're doing lots of outreach via text, via email, via phone, and
Sure.
pushing people.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Great. Curious to know if you're using mostly search on your Google Ads or any of the other tactics like Performance Max or demand gen.
Yeah, we stayed away from Performance Max thus far. We've really been
Hmm.
focused on
Yeah.
Google search. I wanted to nail that first.
Hmm. Yeah.
We finally got in there. It's an expensive space. We have lots of incumbent, companies with big ad budgets who are competing with us. So us as the new guys, with, frankly lower budgets, we have to be very strategic and
Yeah.
sort of play Moneyball with the search terms. If managed to do that, so that's been really good. I've got great actors who worked with me at a previous company who knows the space really well, which helps. So
Nice. Which metrics are you most focused on improving overall?
yeah, we have like three key metrics. I mean, number one is like new signups. How many new signups
Mhm.
are signing every day for the platform? Just as an aggregate number, we track that religiously. I'm looking at it every day. I'm reporting on it to our entire team every week. That's
Mhm.
the metric. As our top line sort of leading indicator. Another sort of mid-tier leading indicator is onboarding calls. So we've done this really cool thing with our sales process where we incentivize new signups to attend an onboarding call with us, because we've noticed that like when we do that and we show them around the platform and we show them how to use it and they get to ask questions, and it's only a 15-minute onboarding call, it's a brief, make it very brief, those
Yeah.
people tend to convert at a much higher rate than people who just ignore it or just try to do it on their own. So onboarding calls, we've seen there's almost like a 1-to-1 correlation between how many onboarding calls we have and how many subscribers we have in a given week. So that's the other big one that I'm pushing our sales reps. What they're doing in their sales outreach is pushing for that onboarding. Beyond that, then it's new subscribers. I just how many new subscribers we get and how many people are becoming paying Texla customers. We know that like the lifetime value of the average subscribers can be like $1,500, $2,000, something like that. So it's getting that, we're getting 50 in a week right now. We're trying to get to 100 in a week, so
Yeah.
um,
Mhm.
yeah, it's good. Very good times. I love looking at the numbers. The numbers tell me what to do. If we try something, it doesn't work. It's, because the numbers go down, we get revert back. We try something new and it goes up. We double down on that new thing.
Uh-huh.
It's,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's doing more of what works.
exactly.
And you mentioned the sort of the one-on-one onboarding. It sounds like it's very personal touch. Is that, that seems to be
Yeah.
working really well for you.
And that's a big differentiator we intentionally are doing, because our industry is notorious for really bad customer support. Like, for whatever
Hmm.
reason, all of our competitors, despite, being bigger than us, having lots of money, being PE backed,
Yeah.
really have like skimped on customer support. I'm shocked at the stories I hear because I hear it from our customers who come over from them. And they're like, I couldn't get a hold of these guys, like had to
Mhm.
talk to AI chatbots that human. And we're dealing with most of our customers are like small business owners. They're, work at small companies, they're nonprofits, they're schools, they're gyms, they're churches, restaurants. They want to talk to someone. They're not like tech savvy. And so
Yeah.
like it's been a great differentiator for us, and that was our CEO starting out. He kind of noticed that and was like, let's invest in customer success. And we have. So
Mm.
yeah, it's very intentional. We started even before you start paying us with that onboarding call. So
Nice.
that's it. Yeah,
And your competitors are sending customers to you, it sounds like.
they are. They are. We're a fraction of the price. We're a third. as expensive as our competitors. We're easier to use than our competitors, and we have better support than our competitors. For what we've seen is that for the average small business, in the United States, like that's what they care about is those three
Yeah.
things above everything else. So am I going
Mm-hmm.
to say, is this going to be easy to use? So I don't have much time to spend on it because I'm doing a million things. And three,
Yeah.
if I need help, are you guys actually going to help me? Or are you going to leave me hanging out to dry and then you're going to screw me on, my business? So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's been a powerful combo of sort of company values that we've built. And what we're doing going forward is we're going to be leaning into the innovation aspect of things. We're launching some really cool new features that are going to really put us leaps and bounds ahead of everyone else in the market. And we're super
Nice.
excited about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So along those lines, where do you kind of want to be in the next 6 to 12 months?
We are looking for explosive growth in the next 6 to 12 months. Some of the partnerships we're doing, these are with companies that have tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, even millions of customers. And our goal is to tap into their customer bases and, have reselling Texla to those massive customer bases they have. So we're
Yeah.
looking for those quick sort of ways to rapidly increase distribution without having to spend money. By the way,
Mm-hmm.
it's sure we do with these guys. So I would
Nice.
say like the goal is extremely massive growth. We'll continue to do massive growth on our, just normal everyday, average customer coming in, signing up and finding us via Google search or whatever. We're gonna invest more in that. But yeah, it's all hands on deck, man. We have big goals and we're committed to hitting them. Yeah.
Great. If you could solve one major challenge today, what would it be?
Challenge. I think the biggest challenge, I would love it if let me think about that. If I could solve one major challenge today, what would it be? I would love to get outbound figured out somehow because I think it's a
Uh-huh.
super cost effective way of sniping competitor customers.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I know there's a way we can get in front of them.
Yeah.
So we're going to try some new stuff. We're going to try like some meta ads. We're going to be doing other things to target them.
Mm-hmm.
But Google ads like isn't great for that because it's expensive and you're like, getting people who are trying to log in to like a competitor and you blow a lot of money that way. So
Mm-hmm.
if there was a fast, easy, and cost-effective way to get in front of all of these competitor customers effectively, then I would love that. Pay a lot of money for that.
Cool. What about AI? Are you doing anything with AI? How does AI fit into the industry overall? What do you think about it in digital marketing in general?
Yeah, AI is like, and there's a couple ways we're using it. One, I lean on ChatGPT for like a lot of our reporting. So
Mm-hmm.
we have good reporting on some things, but like other things, like when I need like some complex analysis of like how's our ad spend doing, et cetera, I go straight to ChatGPT and I'll upload our customer file with like, here's all of our ad signups, lifetime. Give me analysis on like what's our CAC to LTV for that, and all that stuff. Industries are we succeeding the most in, and just really niche stuff like that to get, a better sense of what's actually happening and how we're performing. That's one way of doing it. Other ways, I'm having to do some really basic stuff like content writing for our blog, things like
Mm-hmm.
that. I use it for some like SEO optimization stuff, a lot of like content stuff. I'm just kind of leaning on for. There's more we
Mm-hmm.
want to do though. There's more stuff with like, like I don't know if we like using N8N and stuff like that to try to figure out how to maybe get in front of those competitor customers and stuff like that. There's some really cool stuff out there I've seen. I would love
Yeah.
to use it too to augment our support team at some point. From call like just managing calls and stuff like that. So as we scale, like that's going to be like a big challenge.
Yeah.
So I'm like, foreseeing us using that down the road. But yeah, for right now, it's pretty basic usage, I would say, at Texla. But we're keeping an eye on it and planning to definitely integrate more into what we do.
Sure. Do you think your competitors are also at the same kind of level as you, or any?
With AI, I think I know
Mm.
they're using AI in their Google ad strategies. So we're actually
Yeah.
like we know that. We figured that out. But
Mm.
we're actually zagging. We're being much more hands-on and human managed with it just
Mm.
because we have a tighter budget and
Yeah.
we want to just be careful with it.
Yeah.
So I mean really also
It
just
can
get us
go awry.
Yeah, and also just to get our own sense of like, what's working, because we get a lot of insights just from like actually seeing it every day and seeing what keywords are working, what are people searching for, what's converting, all that good stuff. So,
Sure,
um,
sure. Cool. Well, great. This is probably good for the podcast. This is super interesting. And thank you so much for being on today and sharing so much about your business. It sounds like you're on a really great trajectory.
yeah,
So
yeah,
that's, yeah.
you know, it's been a fun journey. I've been here a year and a half. I joined right after we got our seed round, and the team's growing fast.
Hmm.
We're hiring new engineers. We're up to we got 5 awesome engineers. We've got a great support team, great sales team. It's a really good, tightly knit, small team that executes really well, which is like the best possible place you could be in.
Yeah.
Especially startup, because like I've worked at startups that have gotten bloated and with personnel and you're burning money and all that stuff, and it's never
Yeah.
that's much less fun, way more stressful. It's stressful having to hit huge revenue goals, but it's not as stressful as like working somewhere where you're like, okay, we have 6 months of runway left. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
how do we get there? So I'll take this stress over that stress any day.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And I look forward to following you and keeping up with what Textla's up to. I'm so glad I
Yeah.
learned about the company.
Thanks,
Do you
Sue.
want to share any ways to get in touch with Textla or anything like that
Yeah, for sure.
to end off?
If you want to for sure. If you want to get in touch with Texla, go to texla.com, textla.com. Best like SMS marketing platform on the planet, best pricing, easiest to use, best customer support. Like, come check us out. If you want to email me, my email is jeremy@texla.com, spelled the normal way. And then if you want to connect me on LinkedIn, find me on LinkedIn. I'm usually posting stuff on there and pretty active. So always down to talk marketing too, if you want to chat about that.
Super, excellent. Thank you so much. This has been great.
Yeah. Thanks, Suse.
Yeah, thank you.
Cool.